Hello, welcome to another edition of Mikes Tek. Today we have an overview video for you of the Phanteks Enthoo Pro. This is a full tower case. As you can see from this shot, it is an extremely large case, but that is actually really good. I'm going to go over in detail each part of the case, but for now I just wanted to show you a good overview of it. We'll run you $100 direct from Phanteks website, or you can purchase from any other retailer. It should be about the same price, but I got this direct from Phanteks USA website, and they shipped it right to me. They had good shipping time, so kudos to Phanteks for handling that properly. Alrighty, here's going to be each side and the inside, and we're going to go through it piece by piece. Alrighty, we're just going to go over the side panel, the outside first, and then I'll go over the inside. As you can see on the side panel here, we have a nice big side panel window here. It's a smoked glass, so you can see in, but it's not completely clear. And we've got an additional window here. This covers the place where your hard drives and your optical drive bay goes in this part. And this cutout, you can see the Phanteks logo. And if you have any glowing LEDs, you will be able to see them through this part of the case, but it won't be glaring and obvious. Okay, on to the front of the case. This is a plastic covered front, but it's textured to look like metal brushed aluminum, and it looks really nice, blends well. At the very top here, you've got a flip up panel, so when you're not in use, you don't have to worry about it. But you've got your reset headphone microphone jack, USB 2.0 and two USB 3.0s. So you've got full front panel connectivity here, and it stays hidden out of the way when not in use. And it just flips up and down, so that's easy to use, but not a eyesore when you're not in use. It matches perfectly. You've got three 5 1/4 inch bays, and then you've got a filter and ventilation here in the front. Now you probably can't tell from looking at it, but there's actually a variety of fans in here. You put in two 120s, two 140s, or 200, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Actually, let me go ahead and just take it off now. There's no reason not to. You just grab the front here and pull, and it comes right off. You can see that was really easy to get off. So, and here I'll show you. Here's your fan filter for the front, and it's just got little clips on it here on the side. You can just unclip it, get it right out. It's a fine mesh and should provide good filtration. And there's also some ventilation ports here on the side and along the bottom and along the other side for a little additional intake for the air. I actually wish that they were a little bit in front of this fan, because it is potential for it to pull in unfiltered air through these. So that's one minor thing I really don't like about that, but very minor. As long as you clean your case on a semi-regular basis, you won't have any type of problem at all. And as you can see, the front panel connectors up here stayed in place, so that wasn't any type of issue. As I said, you've got your three 5 1/4 bays here. You can put in various optical disc drives, card readers, fan controllers, you name it. In the front here, it comes with a 200 millimeter fan in front, and that will provide plenty of airflow for air cooling. But if you decide you want to go and install a radiator, you can put in a 120, a 140, or a 240 radiator here in the front. You'd have to naturally take out the drive bays. They're removable. I'll show you that here in a minute too. But this gives you plenty of expansion for your radiators, water cooling, however you wish to do it. Okay, along the back here, as you can see, it's just a solid single back panel. There's no holes, no ventilation, but it does come off with two single screws, and let me show you that here. Okay, it does come off with two thumb screws. You just take them off, unscrew them, and they come right off real easy, and it just grab a hold, it just comes right off, There you go. Just to give you an example, this isn't completely solid. It has some minor flakes to it, but it's still a good, pretty good side panel, and should more than be good enough for what you need. All right, now as you can see along the back, we've got a very large, nice cutout here for your CPU cooler. Got a SSD mount. You mount your SSD right here, and there is another place right here for you to get another one of these mounts. Put them right here, and you can mount two SSDs in the back. You can also see, this is a great feature of this case. If your motherboard happens to not have a lot of fan headers, unlike mine, the one that I'm doing, that Z97WS, has plenty. If you happen to have only one or two fan headers on your motherboard and you have multiple fans, this is a great adapter right here. It's a fan controller, and you just plug this into one of your fan headers on your motherboard, and it will control up to 6 fans. And it does also come with a SATA power connection to power it, and then you can get PWM control over up to 6 fans through one controller. This is a great feature that Phanteks has included, and I'm really happy to see it in this. As you can also see, there are multiple Velcro tie-down points in this case, and that's just phenomenal. It's clean, easy to work with. Everyone should be very happy with it that has ever used a case and needed to use zip ties for cable management. I mean, literally just undo them, and it keeps them nice and neat where you need them, out of the way. Gotta love that. Let's see here. Also, over here we have the hard drives. They actually come out the back, and only come out the back. You can't even see them from the front. I'll show you that when I show the inside of the case from the front. But you just squeeze and pull, and they come right out. And then they have little clips here that fold down, and you just fold them up to snap in place. And of course, you can always mount SSDs here with screwing them in. So that's great. And if you do want to mount a more water cooling or radiator type setup, you can remove these bays. These screws just come out right here, and they come right out. Let me unscrew this here and I'll show you. Oops. Just pull out these little handles. I've got to take off both screws. Sorry about that. Alrighty, you just unscrew all 4 thumb screws that were here, and grab on each side, and you pull, and out it comes, nice and easy. You can see you got plenty of space, and you want this one out, you do the same thing. And if you want the bottom one out, you do the same thing. You just unscrew it down here. And pull, and there you go. And all of your hard drives are gone, out of the way, easy, no problem. And while you're back here, if you want to, the Phanteks logo that's in the front does have 2 screws in here, and that's removable. So let me just put this back in. And I'll screw that in a little bit. But there you go. One more thing I did forget to show you on the back panel is, since they're back here, I'll just show you. Over here, you've got your front USB connector and HD audio connector, as well as your USB 3.0 connector. That's where they're hiding if you open up your case and can't find them for any reason. There you go. And as you can see, you want it Velcroed back down, because it did come loose because it wasn't really Velcroed. Just run this through and it'll pop right out. There you go. Just run that through, strap it down, put that out of the way, and also your front panel connectors are back here. I'm not going to take all those out, but they're all right here, over here in the corner. Okay, we're going to do a quick overview of the back of the case. As you can see, it already comes mounted with a 140mm fan. But what's really nice is these, it's got mounting points also for a 120 if you needed to maybe put in a 120 radiator or for some reason wanted to downgrade to a 120 millimeter fan. What's nice also though is you've got, these are slots and you can adjust your fan if you're using an air cooler so that this fan matches up with that cooler and helps improve exhaust. Okay, you've got 8 expansion bays, so you can actually put in up to 4 dual slot video cards on this. So it's got the extra slot at the bottom, so if you do a bottom mounted for quad SLI, you can put there. You've got some ventilation holes here, and also you've got a slot mount here to put in a reservoir. And that's really nice for mounting reservoirs for water cooling. That's what's so nice about this case is it provides extra places to mount a lot of things you don't have normally on a case, and this is a great place for a reservoir for water cooling right here. Down here at the bottom, of course, you've got your PSU cutout, and that should cover basically the back of the case. As you can see, here's the top of the case, and you got good ventilation here at the front. Power button's right here, and you just grab and pull, it comes right off, and turn this over, and you do have filtration here. It's not quite as easy to take off as you would have had on the front panel. You have to bend the little tabs, but you can unbend them and put them back in, not a problem. If you do want to do air intake on the front, now personally I like exhaust on the front to work properly with the thermodynamic laws, but some people like putting air intake in the front. Anyway, as you can see, you've got lots of room for various mounting options here. This is where the power switch was connected to the top, but you can actually mount an incredibly wide array of fans and or radiators up here. 120, 140, 240, 280, 360, and 420. That's right, you can even put a 420 up here. You know, I don't know of any other case, especially one in this price range. I mean, I'm sure there's some, if you want to spend 2 and 3 times the amount of money on a case, that you're going to get that, but not for $100. Okay, here we have the bottom of the case. As you can see, and it's already been sitting on my desk a little bit, so it's not perfectly clean. I'm sorry about that. But as you can see, you've got 6 really big solid plastic feet with good rubber bases on them. I can tell you from using this case doesn't move once you set it down. It's very sticky, which is a good thing. You don't got to worry about it getting accidentally pushed off. And as you can see, you've got more ventilation covering the entire bottom of the case. You've got right here for your PSU, a nice little filter. And here on the other side, you've also got a filter. Covers the entire other bottom of the case. And both just slide right out, easily washable, put them back in. As you can see here, this is for your PSU, and you've got mounting points here as well. You take out you take out all the hard drive mounts, and you've got room here again for more radiators. I mean, think about this case, people. You're talking up to 240 in the front, a 420 up top, and now another 240 on the bottom. I mean, you know, again, 120, 140, or a 240 radiator. I mean, just the amount of radiators and cooling this case is capable of is pretty much insane. And I mean that in a good way. Phanteks really outdone themselves. They really have. So there you go. There is the bottom of the case, and I'm going to go ahead and take the front side panel off and show you the inside. Alright, here's the inside of the case. I'll go ahead and show you the accessory box real quick, then go over the rest of the inside of the case here for you. And it's a really nice accessory box, I have to say. It comes with a actual little plastic toolbox with all of your screws and everything else in it. It snaps right open. This is excellent for keeping extra screws, and you can keep it, you know, right at your desk. You don't have to worry about it, and it even, you know, now has a nice label on there saying what it goes to in case you ever forget. Some Velcro and regular zip ties for additional cable management, as if the back wasn't enough. I'll go over this in just a minute because this is a really neat extra item. and also the user's manual that explains everything about this case. Now, the item I just bypassed here is really nice. Basically, what this is a mounting bracket for a reservoir, and it works really easy. It actually just sits right here. There's a little screw, you just mount it right in on top of this cage that holds your hard disk, and you can just mount your reservoir right here. So you can technically mount a reservoir here and here. So, you know, that would take up this much space and that would take up this much space, but still you've got more mounting options, and that's really nice. I mean, just the flexibility of this case is just phenomenal. And I just wanted to show you that before I went any further, because a lot of people don't understand maybe why this case is so much better than the other $100 cases out there. But I mean, the more you just look at it, there's just so much more this case is capable of. Go ahead, I went ahead and unscrewed it just to show you. There's 3 screws in the back here, but this is your PSU cover, and it just lifts up and comes right out once you unscrew it. And it does have a grommet here. If you wanted to put any cables out this way for any reason, I personally wouldn't want to do that if I'm going to use this PSU cover, but still, just in case you need to, they give you the option. And so you take that off. It's very good, solid construction there. Okay, next you've got a variety of grommets up here. These are for your 12-volt CPU power. You've got 2 of them on top, 3 here in the middle, and these are all good, solid grommets. They don't come out very easy. They're not extremely sturdy, I guess, but if you're not abusive to them, they're going to stay right in there. They're not going to just pop right out. I mean, I'm tugging on this one pretty good, and it's not coming out. So that's good. You've got 2 more down here at the bottom for your bottom of your motherboard connectors, and your main one right here for your PSU to put in your main cables. And something else I just want to point out, and I couldn't do it from the other side because I don't think you could see it, but here you've got a little indentation, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, an indentation for the motherboard tray, where it's coming at you a little more here. So you got plenty of room to mount your power supply, but you've got more room back here for your big 24-pin cable. So you've got some extra room there, and that's really nice. And you, as I was saying before, you've got all the mounting capabilities you're ever going to need for this, for a motherboard. You can put ATX, micro ATX, mini ATX. I believe it also handles eATX, and I think there's one other form factor it handles. I'm sorry, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I will put in just a note up here if there is, what that is. Anyway, as I said earlier, your Phanteks logo here, these 2 screws do come, take it out if you want it taken out for any reason. You don't want it to show off that you've got a Phanteks case. And let's see, you've got 3 toolless bays here for your optical disk drives. Okay, the only other thing I wanted to cover real quick is your the PSU mounting. You've got, as you can see, 6 different rubber pads here to help help reduce vibration for your PSU and keep it nice and stable without damaging it or any vibration, that type of thing. And I already showed you the filters, don't need to do that. This is the indentation I was talking about here. It gives you a good 1/4 to 1/2 inch more of mounting space for your cables and extra room. So I think that's just about it for this case. As you can see, it's just an incredibly versatile case, between having your reservoir mounting here, having the additional reservoir mounting. I'll show you again what I was talking about. It just goes right here. It just goes right here, and you can just mount another reservoir here. I've just got multiple points, and just 1 screw would hold that in for you. And then additionally, like I said, you can mount up to a 360 up here up top, and down here at the bottom, if you take all your drive cages out, you do have the space to mount a 240 down here at the bottom, in addition to a 240 here in the front. So, I mean, just the amount of space is being really, really good for this case. I can't imagine having more mounting points than you're going to get on this case for a variety of fans. I'm not going to use it all right now, I'll tell you that much right now. But I don't mean that in a bad way. This case will last literally as long as I need it to. I don't see any reason I'll need to change cases for an extremely long time unless something incredibly different changes in the case world over the next 5 years. So, yep, there you have it. This has been another edition of Mikes Tek. I do appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions about this case, feel free to ask. I will do my absolute best to answer it. I'm going to be doing a build here, and I will show this here in just a minute, the finished product, just to tag on here, but that'll just be the end video for the end of the video from my build log that I'm going to show on a different video that's probably already uploaded by now. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and please like the Facebook page listed down at the bottom of in the description. Have a good day. Okay, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the back of the case. As you can see, I didn't put a ton of effort in making the cable management on the back extra neat, but it did work quite nice. There's plenty of room back here for your cables. Just a couple of quick things I want to point out that I really liked about this case. First, as you probably know, they have this little fan hub right here. And what I did is I wanted to utilize the fan hub to control both of the fans on my all-in-one cooler on the Glacier 240L. And since they're independent fans, but they all are all 4-pin fans, I went ahead and what I did was I plugged them both into here and then routed the main controller here up and back into the optional fan header, CPU fan header number 2. And that way, one fan header controls the pump and one fan header controls both fans. That way I don't have to have independent voltages going to individual fans. This will control both fans simultaneously. They'll always be at the same RPM and always get me good airflow. The only other thing I really wanted to point out back here is over here. As you can see, I've got that little case sitting in here. The little tool case that they have right here, that they included, if I can get it to come back out. Never works when you want it to. There it goes. It fits perfectly in the little drive tray. So I just put everything, all the screws I didn't need, back in here, and it's stored, and I'll never have to wonder about where my screws are. And that's really nice. I really like that. Now, of course, if I needed more drive bays, I would have it, but if I've got any empty 3.5 drive bays, I'm good. And as you can see, I did take out the second cage. I did want to improve the airflow as much as I could, and when the fan ramps up, you really do get quite a bit of additional airflow through this top section, so that was really nice. The grommets on this case, now that I've worked with them, most of them were perfectly fine. The only thing is when you put your 24-pin in, as normally, you need to be just a little careful putting it in and out. It did come out, one of the grommets did come out, but they were real easy to put back in, so I don't take anything away from the case on that at all. The grommets are very flexible, yet still stiff enough to stay in their holes and keep your cables hidden as best as they're supposed to. These little Velcro ties here were just phenomenal. They're really easy to work with. I really liked them, and overall, this case has been an absolute pleasure to build in. I've built in quite a few cases over the years, and this is probably one of the easiest builds I've had from a case standpoint. Everything just went right in. The extreme amount of flexibility that you get is really nice, and just really like that for Phanteks. So I guess that's about it for this side of the case. And here's going to be the last overview of the front of the case with the assembled video. And here we go.